What do you do if you get off track? What do you do if you quit and you want to stop being a quitter? What do you do if your life isn't going the way you want it to go and you've made a decision now that it's going to be different from this day forward, or from Magical Day Monday, or from the 1st of January, or from my birthday? I'm going to make a change and my life's going to be better. I don't like the direction my life is going and I'm going to change it. It's an interesting question though, because it seems to be that there's three kinds of people in the world, and this is not a label and you don't have to choose to be one of them, but just as by observation you might have observed the same thing. There seems to be people that live their life just existing through life, but they're happy. They have no goals to be wealthy, they don't care that they don't like their job, they don't particularly love their house or their car, but they go and do their job, they earn a bit of money, they get drunk on the weekend or watch sport or go to the movies or play computer games, and they just live their life and they exist through life, and they're quite happy to do that. They're not miserable people, they're happy people. And I really respect that, because ultimately isn't life about waking up every day and loving your life? And if you're just existing through it and getting small pleasures from small things, then you are getting pleasure from life, and life is awesome. Congratulations. And if that's the way you're living your life, or you know people like that, why would we try and push them or change them if they're really happy? The second kind of people, interesting. It seems that, yes, I want to, I've got a goal, I wish I could. I don't want to have a lousy, stinking, rotten job. I'd like to have some money. I would like to go on nice holidays. I would like to have a nice car or a nice house. I'd like to be healthy, fit and strong. And they start and stop and start, or start and stop altogether, or start, come up with excuses and keep starting lots of times throughout their life. So it's I want it, but am I prepared to do what it takes to get it? Probably not. And again, does that matter if you're happy? So if you're living your life every day thinking, I'd love to have a nicer house, but it doesn't matter if I don't, or I'd like to be healthy, fit and strong, but it's all too hard and I can't be bothered with the discipline it takes to do that, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just dream about it and hope one day that it falls out of the sky in a pretty pink box. As long as you're happy, and again, I'll always focus on that. It doesn't matter what you want in your life, as long as every single day, because we only have today. Yesterday's gone. We don't know what tomorrow is. We could have another 100 years. We might only have one more day. So technically we only have today. So if you're happy today and you're enjoying today and you're getting the most out of today, that's awesome. The third kind of people, and they're represented on the wall behind me, and I don't know if it's and I would like to think it's not DNA, I would like to think that it's not genetics, I'd like to think you could actually choose to be this kind of person, but I'm not sure. There seems to be people in the world who are just achievers. They can't be undisciplined, they can't fail, they don't want to live an average life, they just want to be the best at what they do, and they keep achieving. Even if they've won 5 world championships, they want to win 6. They've competed in 27 Grand Slams and now they want to win their 28th Grand Slam. They've been world champion boxer 3, 4, 5 times and they want to do it again. That headspace, what is that all about, and how do we get that headspace if we want it? And why are there some people that have it and some people that don't? All very interesting questions. So the first question is, are you loving your life? If not, do you need to make some changes? Because that's the ultimate question, isn't it? If you don't like the way you feel every day, if you don't like the way you look, if you don't like your career or business, if you don't have great people in your life, is it time to make a change? And that's what I'm here for. Because is it possible to be healthy, fit and strong? Yes. Is it possible to have a career or business that you love? Yes. Is it possible to be financially free? Of course. And is it possible to only have great people in your life? Of course. And there's plenty of people that live their life like that. It's not a airy-fairy, rah-rah motivational thing. It's actually a reality. People do live like that. But what's the difference in headspace? And if you get off track, if you fail, if you gave up one time, could you make a change to that and start again? So that's my original question. If your life is not going the way you want it to, can you change that? Change the track you're on and stay on that track rather than stopping and starting. And if you've been a stopper and a starter, so you've started lots of exercise programs, you've tried lots of different jobs, you've tried lots of different saving plans, you've been in lots of different relationships, and none of them have ever worked for you, is it possible to make a permanent change and to actually get fit and strong, have a career or business that you love, be financially free and have great people in your life? And of course, that's a very personal answer. You have to decide. You can listen to a stack of audio and podcasts and watch lots of motivational videos. You can read lots of books and read autobiographies about people that have done amazing things. But ultimately, each one of those people, if they're living a life that you think is awesome, they've made the decision to do that. They don't want to live their life any other way. Now, the driving force of not being able to fail, the people on the wall behind me, I've never spoken to any of them personally except for a couple who have shared very openly that even though life has thrown crap at them, even though they've had people who told them they couldn't do it, even though they've had what seemed like challenges that could never be solved, problems that could never be fixed, challenges that everyone said you'll never ever be able to do that, and they've done it anyway. Those people have just had a very focused vision of life that says I'm going to be a world champion, I'm going to be a race car driver for my career, I'm going to be a professional boxer, I'm going to be an elite athlete, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a musician, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer, and nothing's going to stop me. So could that be a choice, an internal driving force that you say, from this day forward, nothing's going to stop me? And there's that word discipline, I think, is the connector between I've got a goal and I've achieved it, which is do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. Or I'll give you a different example. A lot of my students at the Max International Colleges will say to me, I want to do this. My next question is, congratulations, you know what you want to do. The big driving force is, why do you want to do it? So if you know what you want to do and why you want to do it, and if you're doing it for the right reasons, the how is very simple. If you know that you want to be an elite athlete, if you know why you want to be an elite athlete, the how is easy. You can become an elite athlete, even if you're not good at your sport. And there's plenty of examples of that, of people that are not gifted or talented or have natural abilities at a sport, and they become really good at it, the best in the world at it, because they train, practice, prepare, and they're disciplined. Music's the same. Plenty of people don't have technically beautiful voices, or they're not technically good at their instrument, but they become world-renowned rock stars, musicians, because that's what they want to do, and there's no second option. And I'll use that as a really interesting question. If you've got a fallback plan, if you've got plan B, is it possible that you'll always fall back onto plan B because you've got an option? The people behind me that I've spoken to and read their books and experienced what they've got to say, they always say exactly the same thing. There was no plan B for me. There was no other option. I did not want to do anything else. I wanted to play football. I wanted to sing. I wanted to race cars. I wanted to be a boxer. I wanted to run. I wanted to play basketball. There was nothing else for me. So I made that work because I wanted to make it work. So that's one headspace. The thing I want to focus on, because I work with people like this every day, people who have a goal and a dream, they start and stop. And some people start again, so they get into great shape, they get out of shape, they get back into shape, they get out of shape. And the connector here is, how do you make sure that if you've made a decision to get fit, get strong, have a career or business that you love, be financially free, have great people in your life, that is the way you live your life for the rest of your life? And I'm going to ask these two questions. Is it possible that there's two things? One is the discipline, which is do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. And the other one is that you don't give yourself plan B. There is no plan B, there's no other option. So this is a very harsh example of that, but a lot of people have shared with me that they can't lose weight, they've tried everything, it didn't work. And I always ask this question, pick somebody that you love. And so with parents, this is a very simple question. If you love your children and somebody held a gun to your child's head and said, if you don't lose weight, get into shape, be healthy, be fit, be strong, we're going to kill your child. How quickly would you do whatever it takes to get your body into great shape? And perhaps the proviso there is that you have to maintain that for the rest of your life so that you can look after your child for the rest of your life so that you are healthy, fit and strong for them. Otherwise, we're going to kill your child. Now, it's a very awful example, I get that. But if there's no other option, if you were to stop eating healthy food and stop exercising, somebody's going to kill your child, surely you would stay on track. Now, I'm going to take that a little bit of a step further, and this is a very personal thing, I get that. But isn't that reality? If you are a parent, if you have people in your life who love you and care about you, isn't it personal respect to look after yourself for them? Not do it for them, but to be the person that is healthy, fit and strong so that you are the living example for them, so that they know it's possible. And that's been a real driving force for me all of my life, because a lot of people don't know that it's possible. So, and I share this this is not bragging or exaggeration, this is just the way I've lived my life. Because I knew that there were very few people in the world that were healthy, fit and strong, did have a career or business that they love, were financially free and did have great people in their life, because I went looking for them when I was 13 and couldn't find them. That was a driving force. I wanted to be that person and live that example. If anybody looks into my life, I want to be that example. So I don't do it for anybody in particular. I live my life that way, but I want people to know that it's possible. And for a girl who ran away from home when I was 14, I didn't do any tertiary education, I don't have an orthodox, in-depth university degree, I've had major success in my life. And really interesting when people talk about finances or wealth or relationships or being healthy, fit and strong. I've been the same weight, the same size, the same energy level and the same passionate, positive person all of my life. I've never had a job that I've hated, because I've never had a job. I've always had a career that I love, and I wake up every day doing what I love. I was on the BRW Australian Young Rich list, one of the richest people in Australia under the age of 40. So obviously I had financial success. And I've been married to a most beautiful, gorgeous man for 25 years, 26 or 27 now maybe, because time flies. And we have a beautiful relationship and we love our life. Now, I'm not sharing that with you to brag. I'm sharing that with you that it is possible for everybody. I don't have any special gene. I don't have a special talent or gift. I just said I don't want to live an average life. And I've never gotten off track. And I don't know why that is. Maybe that's because I started at such a young age and I just decided to live my life that way. But what I'm asking you is, if you want to live your life in the way that you want to live it, is it possible? And I'm happy to share with you that the answer is yes, but you have to make the decision. And there's two parts to that. Do you have the discipline, which is do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it, and no plan B. If you've got a plan B, you'll always go to plan B, because plan B is always going to be easier than plan A, and most people pick easier versus... There's the right thing to do and the easy thing to do, and they're not usually the same thing to do. The right thing to do is the right thing to do, and it's usually harder. But if you choose, I don't have an option for plan B, I'm not going to take the easy path, this is what I'm going to do with my life. And the interesting thing with discipline, do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. The first two bits are irrelevant, because you know what you should do. The how is easy. You know when you should do it. Procrastination is a ridiculous thing, and nobody thinks it's a good idea to procrastinate. So we know what to do and when to do it. It's just doing it when you don't feel like it. And that's the thing for me I can share with you very passionately, and I think that's the word that I will have wherever I go after I die. That word is going to be my driving force that I pass on to the world, and it's what I want to have on wherever they lay me down to sleep, is the word discipline. I've never given myself an option. There's never been I don't feel like it. And I'll give you the simple tip on how to do that. Whenever you hear yourself say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later, it doesn't matter if I don't do it now, that's when, even if I have a tiny electrical impulse in my brain that says do it tomorrow, I do it immediately now. I'm in the habit of never procrastinating, which means you're always self-disciplined, because discipline is doing it when you don't feel like it. And the only reason you put it off is if you don't feel like it. So if you don't feel like it and you never put it off, then you become disciplined. And discipline is a habit. You're not born with a discipline gene. It's not a special gift you've been given. The people behind me on the wall will share with you that discipline is the only thing that makes your goals happen, makes your life the way you want it to happen. And the first two bits, do what you should do when you should do it, that's a given. It's when you don't feel like it. So don't give yourself an option. Rain, hail, cold, tired, hungry, doesn't matter. Just do what you should do when you should do it, particularly when you don't feel like it, and that makes you tougher and stronger, and then you'll never get off track, and you will be able to live your life to the max. So you'll never have to ask yourself, what should I do if I get off track? Because you'll never get off track. And then you can sing, I love my life and I'm healthy, fit and strong and I feel good, na 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 na. I knew that I would now because I'm disciplined. Woohoo!